அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Good morning to all. Welcome to Splendid Leading. Today we have a discussion on geography, landforms. The subject 7th standard social science. சமச்சீர் கல்வி. This session is helping to the students of competitive examination aspirants. Alluvial fan is deposition of river sediments along the foothills. Kutralam Falls is located across the river Chittar. The landform created by glacial deposition is called moraine. Large deposit of loess are found in China. Landforms which is not associated with beaches. The process of breaking and crumbling of rock is weathering. The place where the river joins a lake or a sea is known as river mouth. Icebergs are found in the Kalahari Desert in South Africa. A circuit is known as Kar in Germany. The longest beach in the world is Miami Beach of USA. Match the following. Breaking and crumbling of rocks is called weathering. Abandoned meander loops is called Oxbow Lake. Large body of moving of ice is called glacier. Crescent shaped sand dunes is called Parchan. Vembanadu Lake is a lagoon. Assertion and reason. The deltas are formed near the mouth of the river because the velocity of the river becomes slow when it approaching the sea. Both statements are correct. Assertion and reason. Sea arches in turn become sea stacks. It's a correct statement. Sea stacks are the result of wave deposition. This is wrong statement. Definition of erosion. Erosion is the wearing away of the landscape by water, wind, ice, sea waves. What is plunge pool? The plunge pool is a hollow feature at the base of a waterfall formed by cavitation. How are oxbow lakes formed? Due to continuous erosion and deposition, the meander loop cuts off from the river and forms a cut-off lake is called an oxbow lake. Name the major landforms formed by glacial erosion. Mountain or valley glacier, circuit, Tam Lake, Aritus, TJ-shaped valley. Mushroom rocks. In deserts, the rocks in the shape of a mushroom are commonly called mushroom rocks. Lagoon. A lagoon is a shallow stretch of water partially or completely separated from the sea. Example, Chilka Lake, Pulicat Lake, Vembanadu Lake. Tributary and distributary differences. Tributary, a stream or river that flows and joins the main river. Distributary, a stream that branches off and flows away from the main stream. V-shaped valley versus U-shaped valley. V-shaped valley formed by the river erosion. The landscape creates steep-sided valley like the letter V is V-shaped valley. U-shaped valley formed by glacier erosion. The landscape deepened and widened by the lateral and vertical erosion is like a letter TJ. TJ one-shaped valley. Continental glacier versus mountain glacier. Continental glacier The glacier covering vast areas of continent with thick ice sheets. Example, Antarctica, Greenland, mountain glacier. Greenland, etc. Mountain glacier. Mountain glacier is a stream of ice flowing along a valley and bounded by steep sides. Example, the Himalayas and the Alps. The ends of the meander loops come closer and closer because due to continuous erosion and deposition of rivers along the sides of the meander, that ends of the meander loop comes closer and closer. Flood plains are very fertile. Why? As the river floods, it deposits layers of fine soils and other minerals called sediments along its banks. This leads to the formation of a flat fertile floodplain. So the floodplains are very fertile. Sea waves are turned into stacks. As the cavities of sea caves become bigger, only the roof of the caves remains to form sea arches. When erosion further breaks roof, only walls are left, thus forming stacks. Explain different landforms produced by river erosion. The running water in the river erodes the landscape and formed different kinds of land. They are V-shaped valley. The river erosion creates steep-sided valley like the letter V is known as V-shaped valley. Waterfall. When the soft rocks are removed by river erosion, formed a waterfall. Example, Kutralam Falls. Plunge pool. It is a hollow feature at the base of a waterfall which is formed by cavitation. Oxbow Lake. Due to continuous erosion along the sides of the meander, the loop cuts off from the river and forms a cut-off lake is called Oxbow Lake. Describe the landforms associated with wind. By the wind, erosion and deposition, the different types of land formed. Mushroom rocks. In deserts, the rocks in the shape of mushroom commonly called mushroom rocks. Icebergs. The eroded hill standing like a pillar with rounded tops are called icebergs. Sand dunes. As the wind blows the sand transformed and deposited in low hill like structures called sand dunes. Barchans. The crescent shaped sand dunes are called barchans. Loess. Very fine and light sand is deposited in large areas is called loess. How are artes formed? When two adjacent circuits eroded towards each other, the previously rounded landscape is transformed into narrow, rocky, steep-sided ridges are called aritas. Thus, by the erosion of glacier, the artes are formed. Hill. The rocks, mountains are known as hills. The river originates from hills. Waterfall. The falling of water over a vertical step in the river bed is called a waterfall. River or stream. The water flowing in a definite course is called a river or stream. Beach. The sea waves deposit sediments of sand and gravel along shores forming breaches. River of the world that forms a delta. Amazon Delta, Danube Delta, Ebro Delta, Flight Delta, Ganges Brahmaputra Delta, Godavari Delta, Airavati Delta, Indus Delta, Nile Delta, Yellow River Delta. The place of the origin of the river is source. The highest waterfalls in South America is Angel. Niagara Falls is located on the border between Canada and USA. Victoria Falls between in which of the continent? Africa. Meander River flows in Asia Minor. Corrid, Corride Cirque is located in Scotland. The crescent-shaped sand dunes are called barchans. The collection of sediments from all the mouths of the river forms delta. The largest beach in the world, Miami Beach. A shallow stretch of water partially separated from the sea is lagoon. Rivers generally originate from a mountain or hill. The raised river banks are called levees. An active agent of erosion and deposition in the desert is wind. An isolated residual hill stand like a pillar with a rounded tops are called icebergs. Northern China loess deposits are brought from the Gobi Desert. A part of land adjoining near the sea is called sea coast. The boundary of the sea coast where the land meets water is coastline. Sea cliffs are steep rock faces formed when the sea waves dash against them. The wall-like feature in the sea is stakes. The second largest beach in the world, Marina Beach in Chennai. Moraines are glacial deposition. Tributary is a stream or river that flow into joins the main river. The collection of sediments from all the months of river forms delta. Cirque in the armchair shaped depression formed by glacial erosion. The process of leveling of highlands is called gradation. Meander River, river curves like snake structure. Valley Glacier, Alp Mountain. Continental Glacier, Antarctica. Scotland, Corrie Cirque. Assertion and reason. The coastal areas are subject to change because wave erosion and wave deposition frequently happened on sea coast. Both statements are correct and explains. Sand is deposited in large area is called loess because the wind can carry the sand or very long distances. Both statements are correct but not explains. River, the meaning. The water flowing from its source to the river mouth along a definite course is called river. How waterfalls are formed. The falling of river water over a vertical step in the river bed is called waterfall. It is formed when the rocks are removed by erosion. Example, Kurtalam Falls. The features of meanders with examples. As the river enters the plain, it twists and turns to form a large bank. Bends is known as meanders. Meanders along the river valley is in Tamil Nadu. River Vellar. Define glacier. A large body of ice moving slowly down a slope or valley due to gravity is called glacier. What is iceberg? An isolated residual hill standing like a pillar with rounded shape tops are called icebergs. Example, iceberg in the Kalahari Desert. What is a sandbar? Sandbar is an elongated deposition of sand or mud found in the sea parallel to the coast. The forces of landforms. There are two processes in the force of landforms. The endogenic forces, internal. The endogenic process leads to the upliftment and sinking of the earth's surface at several places. The exogenic process, the external. The exogenic is the continuous wearing down and rebuilding of the land surface. Delta. Each river distributary forms in own its mouth. The collection of sediments from all the mouth from delta. Deltas are excellent productive lands. They have more minerals which favors cultivation. Example Kaveri Delta, Ganga Delta. How sea waves are formed. Sea waves continuously strike at the rocks, cracks develop. Over time they become larger and wider. Thus hollow like caves are formed on the base on the rocks in the sea. Thus the caves are formed. Thank you.